Alright. Hello everyone, Zach here from Zdogi Studios and Forward On to Gaming. Just a little bit of a different video than I think most of you would expect from the channel of late. Is also this channel, besides all the gaming, everything, and all the video stuff I'll probably be posting, that will be coming up. I'm sorry, just my living situation, if you haven't noticed, is not exactly the most ideal. Once I have a proper setup, we'll start doing a lot more. I'll keep streaming games, and I'll keep showing little pieces of content, and I'll probably keep doing some videos like this. Because this one's a little bit of a tech one. And to tell you the truth, I've noticed a couple other people have been talking about it, and I wanted to bring it up because I'd like to know what the fuck, Apple. I don't understand their logic here. Like, I'm having a hard time. So these brand new, might I add, iPhones that are coming out, the iPhone XR, their cheap one. Nice phone, don't get me wrong. It may be their cheaper phone. But for the screen size of a 6.1-inch display, I have one question, Apple. What were you thinking with the screen? It's an 828 by 1792 display, or something like that. Which isn't bad. But my million-dollar question here is the pixels per inch is what's confusing the shit out of me. For a 6.1-inch screen, why is it that this phone's pixel density is only 326? The last phone, might I add, that had that pixel, the last one I really know that had that pixel density was from a long time ago. Funny thing is, as an Apple product, this is the first time I ever saw one. The iPhone 4, because I'm bringing it up now because I remember this, actually had almost the exact same. This one here has 326. The iPhone 4, going back so far, had 330 pixels per inch for a smaller screen. At that size, it wasn't much of a problem because it was small phones. They were just starting their evolution into getting better pixels, better quality screens, and all that. But, for instance, I have multiple phones lined up here that prove that here's the thing, is people are going to think, Zach, why is that such a problem? The funny thing is, if you actually look into it, if you look at the Poco phone, that is that cheap $300 American phone that's available in India, that has the Snapdragon 845, 1080p display and all that, it's got a better pixels per inch. That means, like, with that, for instance, let's just say you're looking at your screen, you have it about this farther away, you're not going to notice it, but most people, like most of us, text, have it right up in our faces, or whatever, right? With only that many on a big 6.1-inch display, you are going to notice the pixels. You're going to start seeing pixels like a sore thumb. And it's not going to be like, oh, I see like the very odd little pixel. You're going to have it up that close, and it's going to be like, hello, I can see pixels all across the screen. Most phones these days don't. Oh, what the heck? One second here. My phone decided to have a hard... There we go. Anyways, bringing back what I was saying, let's take, for instance, let's look at the Asus Zenfone 5C, ZZ, whatever you want to go by. It is pretty much, it has the design of an iPhone. It has the little notch, full screen, Android, but this has got a 1080 by 2246, so this is the Y. Also, I don't understand, with a big screen like a 6.1 inch, why are you using a subpar HD? That is my million-dollar question, Apple. Why, at this time in the game, everything should be 1080p at minimum, for especially your $700 starter phone. Sorry, a little off topic. But let's look at the Asus Zenfone 5. 1080p display, good quality. Its body ratio to screen is almost identical. And yet they fit 402 pixels per inch, so you'd have to be really looking at that point. The Asus Zenfone 3, a phone from 2016, has a 1080p 5.5-inch display. It still has 401 pixels per inch. And like I said, we go to the XR, 6.1-inch display. The Asus Zenfone 5 has the exact same screen, about the same size of notch as well, might I add, yet it has a better resolution because the iPhone XR, like I said, has 828 by 1792. So where is... I know Apple's trying to say this is the budget phone, this is supposed to be the cheaper phone. Apple, I understand that, but companies from 2016 have mid-range phones, 1080p screens, full 1080p screens, and still have kept them under $300-400. You've done it with your iPhone 6. Like your iPhone XS Max or whatever, I don't know what they're going to keep naming these, has a better screen and still has a better... It's the same... Like, that's the Max, might I add. The one with the bigger screen. But if we go to, like, the XS, which is still got, actually, even a smaller screen. I just don't understand. It's got the better resolution. It's the same... It's pretty much slightly smaller, and you still fit more pixels. Apple, what are you doing? I know you want people to buy your big, more expensive ones, but this is 2018 going into 2019. Apple, I beg you, if you want to... You have a lot of tech people out there who are going to start seeing more news like this, where you guys are using a smaller screen resolution, like smaller pixels per inch on a phone that you want to be the more cheaper consumer. Just please, people are going to notice this. You're not going to get your full H. You're not going to get a proper HD look on your phone with YouTube. You're not going to get the proper... Like you'll get the 720p, which isn't bad. Most people can't tell the difference. But as soon as you start looking at those screens a little closer, you're going to start noticing it. Netflix is going to have issues actually processing it. That's one thing a Pocophone has. It doesn't have a certain thing that can do a lot of it. It's got a... I can't remember what it is. It's not HDR certified, I believe, and I don't believe this one's going to be that much better for HDR certified. Netflix can run it at can't run it at HD. They run it under HD. Having a screen like that that's not even 720p fully, like it's above, but it's not a proper res, you're going to run into that problem again with these phones. Like I said, I know this is supposed to be your cheap, so-called budget, consumer-friendly, cheap and iPhone, but you should have put some money into the screen. It wouldn't cost you more. Pocophone pulls it. Mid-range phones pull it. Even like cheap $200 phones have pulled it off, and they've been doing these for years. Even Samsung's S4 had a better one, and it's from the same year. Apple, I have a respect for you. I may not be a big iPhone person. I've used Android myself, but I have used an iPhone. It's not bad. I like my customization. I'm a little different. But please, this is all I ask. I know you're probably not going to stop this, but you should have actually put a better screen on it. It wouldn't have even cost you that much. LG could have probably sold you a better, because I know you get your screens from LG. LG could have given you a way better phone, like a better screen, for almost the same price. You guys just went as cheap as you could just to make it seem like it would not be a lot. And I just gotta ask, what was the plan here? Was it because you want people to buy the more expensive ones? I don't know. I just want to know. If you guys have any ideas on what that was, like, if you guys think that that's going to be a huge problem or not, just let me know in the comments below. Like I said, this is kind of the first video of these little tech discussions I want to have. Leave your comments down below. Let me know if I'm the only one that thinks this is such a big concern or how it's going to be. And I'll probably do more videos like this. I actually have a couple of phones I want to talk about. This one's just kind of the first one that I decided to do, because this has been sitting in my head since I figured this out a few days ago. I know a few other YouTubers have done it too. Talked about it too. But I just feel like this is something that cannot be ignored, how cheap Apple went for a screen. When you look at even phones that have smaller screens, I'm going to bring this one up too, and this one's going to be a funny one to kind of find. BlackBerry has a better screen, to, like pixel per inch density, with their small little screen, and it's kind of funny. They have a 4.5 inch, the size of the original iPhone 4 screens pretty much, and yet their pixels per inch are 434 density, PPI. Like, where are you going with this? And they have 1080p displays on a smaller display. Apple, I don't know what you're doing, but if people can do this, I think you guys need to actually show that you are willing to do a better screen, because that is not acceptable in 2018 anymore. But like I said, that's my personal opinion, and I know a few others agree. Yeah, like I said, if you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys want to talk about it, please, I'll be watching the comments. Thanks for watching this video. I know it's kind of a weird one. Comment, subscribe, do whatever you'd like. I'll be posting more videos soon. And have a good night. For me, anyways, it's late night here. Or whenever you watch this, enjoy your day, and we'll catch you in the next one.